Hey guys, this is Milan from Hypermedia, and in today's video I want to get some tips from you guys who are doing e-commerce. So 5 tips on how to do e-commerce marketing. Let's hop into it. So first tip for e-commerce marketing, audience research. So you have to know what is your audience, what is they are looking at. So if you are doing e-commerce marketing, you are usually doing on IG or on Facebook. I highly recommend IG or maybe YouTube ads. You can do it a lot of different ways. So you have to research your audience. The best way you can do it is with a broad target audience, and you can then determine what they are looking for in an advertisement actually, and you can test your creatives. So you use a cheap worldwide campaign just for video views or your creatives to test, and test it out what they like worldwide without any restrictions, and you can go about that. Maybe you can set up the age and the gender, but this doesn't mean anything, because when you are doing that you can clearly see who are interested more in your ads. You know what I mean? So the more people watches the video, the more data you will have what these people that watches the video they like. So that's the first tip. You have to have your audience research. Of course, you know what your perfect people look like, buyer, customer look like, but an audience research always help, and you can do it for like $50, which is not a big deal, I think, for a good audience research. Of course, it is not necessary if you are doing IG shoutouts or influencer marketing. You don't have to do it, but in an advertising perspective, it is necessary. Second tip for e-commerce marketing, you have to do both advertising and influencer marketing. Of course, if you are in a limited budget, maybe influencer marketing could be a better option at first, because there are usually cheaper with meme pages like $50 for 5 posts or less. It doesn't matter. But you have to do later on advertising marketing, because you will run out of influencers. And the one thing is, I want to give a quick tip for choosing influencers. You have to choose relevant ones, because at high engagement, those who have high engagement rates, because then you will just waste your money on shitty influencers. Because if you are selling a cat toy, you don't give it a dog influencer, you know what I mean. Yeah, so you have to use both marketing tactics actually, because maybe you can start with influencer marketing, but for advertising, in advertising you have more reach and more people, probably. Maybe it's a bit more expensive, but I think you will benefit from them. So first tip for e-commerce marketing: if you are doing a long-term influencer plan, so contracting with an influencer to promote your product, don't be a cheap as fuck. So give them a good rate actually, where they want to sell your product pretty much. So I don't know, it's different for everybody, of course, but the best way you can go is giving like 5 or 10% to them, but it's different every time, of course, on your profit rate. Of course, if you have 20%, you don't give 10% to an influencer, so think about that. But the best way is to treat them good, because they will say you a lot of things. So fourth tip for e-commerce marketing, and the best: retarget. Retarget everything who was in your site. The best way is to go on and retarget people who added stuffs to their carts, but you can retarget people who come from an influencer's page, because they are usually not that cold, that like with what you reach with your advertising. So think about that. But do retargeting campaigns, at least retargeting campaigns. If you are not doing advertising, just influencer marketing, you have to do retargeting. And the last, fifth tip for e-commerce marketing sites is to have a good funnels. So build a good funnel that you just a simple basic funnel that you just pull into the customers and they just have to scroll down, buy, 2 clicks and done. They spend their money. You just have to do that. That's the main thing about e-commerce, is just to be easy, simple, and easy to use. Actually, the easier and the simpler it gets, just the better it gets. So this was the fifth tip and the last. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comment down below, like the video, turn on the post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.